Broncos made a flurry of draft moves to get to this point. They dropped to 24 through 2 trades and let back up to 22 to snatch the first wide receiver off the board in Thomas. The Broncos had just shipped off Brandon Marshall for 2 seconds and did indeed need to have that wide receiver with number 1 upside. Unfortunately, the defining trait for Thomas's first few seasons were injuries. He would suffer through an injury-riddled rookie season. A forearm, a concussion, and an injured ankle all kept him sidelined. The worst, though, was yet to come. In that following offseason, he would pop an Achilles tendon and would be listed as improbable to return for the entire 2012 season. But even then, when he was finally able to shake off the injury bug and get onto the field, he actually was able to show his ability. Now, it was a slow process, as he first got playing time during that maniac Tebow insanity run that plagued all of Denver for that winter. He only had 76 yards over the next 4 games, but after that, he exploded. He had an 144-yard game against the Dolphins, and in the playoffs, he had a game-winning 80-yard touchdown, flashing his all-pro potential at the end of the season. The next season was welcomed with the arrival of Peyton Manning, and he had a breakout season, blazing onto the scene with by far his best year yet. 94 catches with 1,434 yards and 10 touchdowns, earning himself his first Pro Bowl selection. The Broncos went 13-3, ending the year on a 10-game winning streak and earned a first-round bye. Unfortunately, after an overtime interception in the divisional round, the Broncos lost and were eliminated. But don't even worry about that, because the next year, record-breaking season for Peyton Manning and borderline stupefied. This was the year Peyton Manning would go for 55 touchdowns. Thomas had another 1,400 yards and a 14-touchdown year, cementing himself as a top receiver in the league again. Unfortunately, this was also the year they got absolutely dog-walked 44-8 in the Super Bowl. Damn, another disappointing year. Still, it was impressive individually for Demaryius Thomas, and I mean, there's no way he could surpass this, right? He had 1,400 yards, he played in a record-breaking offense. I mean, I can't imagine him topping this in any scenario. There's no way he does. Right? Nope. He topped that with career highs in both receiving yards and catches, with 1,600 yards and 111 catches. Again, the Broncos were the first seed in the NFL, but once more, they ended up losing in the divisional round. Wow. He had it all. He was a top 5 receiver on a consistently elite team, but it seemed like year after year, ever since he entered his prime, he couldn't get that Super Bowl ring. I mean, the first year Manning came in 2013, I think. They lost early in the playoffs despite having a great record. The next season, despite the record-breaking offense they had, they got absolutely destroyed 44-8 in the Super Bowl. And then year 3, his best year yet, despite getting the number 1 seed, they got beat in the divisional. Every single year, the Super Bowl was out of his reach. In 2015, though, something changed. His prayers were answered. He earned 1,300 yards, but more importantly, the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning on his last leg managed to trek their way to a Super Bowl victory. Demaryius Thomas earned his first and only ring.